Okay, I'll stop it now. This is annoying. Stop. Transcription, please. Thank you. Stop. Yay. Okay. Um, okay, she needs something on Emirates Assist. Oh, goodness. Okay. Sorry for my voice. Yeah, so many platforms, it kind of drives me off crazy sometimes. Um, okay, if it's urgent, do you wanna send me a Teams message or do you want it on Emirates Assist? Okay, Shanice, I'll chat to you. Let's maybe at the end. If you wanna hang around, you can chat to me if you want to. Okay. Yeah, there's been some, yeah, it should speed up soon. I should just say that, be on the negative, a whole lot of changes. Even like the people who man the assist, been a change there. I think everyone's just getting around a little bit, but it should be smoothed out in shortly, I think. Okay, everyone, let's get into it. Cool. So just a quick check-in as to where we are and what we're doing. Um, I did put on an announcement as well, so you should know what's going down. Ice Task 1 was due. If you, I mean, like I said, I don't wanna, I'd like to be kind. I can't always be, but if there was a major issue with this, please just holler at me, shout, let's get it sorted out. It was all like, remember I asked you in class, is this enough time? And everyone said, yeah, and I guess maybe for some it hasn't been. But do give me a shout if there's anything major there. Um, then I start to, oh, again, it's not that hard. So, I mean, that kind of keeps you working after the assignment the next week that is due. And then assignment 1 is really our focus. I spoke about it a lot, a little bit, not a lot, a little bit last week. Sorry about these slides. I mean, we're kind of sharing slides, and I just couldn't get around to making them prettier. So, we did go through the assignment last week. Last of last week. But I guess more formally, and for those of you that weren't here, and if you have any questions, now that you've had a look at it, I hope you've had a look at it. Now that you've had a look at it, I'm hoping there will be some questions from you. So my plan for today, um, Shanice, I see your question. I'll swing back to them now, okay? But keep typing them. I will answer them. Okay, so I'm gonna run through this assignment again, and hopefully there are some questions from your side. Then I thought I'd pause when we get to the part about constructivism, if there are any specific questions on what is constructivism. I mean, I can't go and reteach the textbook now, but I'm happy to chat about it. Um, and then lastly, before we log off and run off, I don't want to do like too much assignment 2 now, but the one thing I have to get set up with all of you is it's a group assignment. So I need to set you up in groups 2 to 3. So that's the conversation. Or maybe let me do it now so it's out of the way. Not much to do. We'll do it when I see you next. But when I see you next, please come kind of prepared. So if you know the people in your class, I know it's quite hard. You just kind of started. Actually, some of you should have been together. Um, so if you know anybody and there's someone that so groups of 2 to 3. I know 2 is a pair, but I like to have twos, so groups of 2, so that if there are any people that are joined late or couldn't find somebody, I can then make it a group of 3. Um, so I mean the other option is that I randomly assign you to a person, um, which is not my favorite thing to do. We four. Well, I mean, I don't. Let me just double check before I speak. On assignment 2, if it specifies 2 to 3 or not. If it doesn't specify, then 4 will have to work as much as I don't want to do. Um, mm, yeah, you're covered 3 to 4. So none for me. Okay, so that's cool. Okay, that's cool. Have you already started looking at the assignment? Okay, so that's next week. I just want to get your group sorted out on ARC, so I have to get it sorted out. I mean, most of the other SFTL groups, I see you, Michael, have already started like putting the groups together. But I'm okay. We still have time. So I'm not going to stress you out with that now. I'll rather stress you out with the assignment one. Oh, okay, cool. It was a mistake. Okay. You have our groups. Okay, that's great. If everyone has the groups, I'm super chuffed. Okay. So is that? That's someone who isn't in a group. Okay, don't freak out now. Let's just focus on assignment one. We'll freak out next week. Okay, I might send you some. I might even just put an announcement up and say send your names here or something like that. Okay. Um, cool. Okay, let's get into assignment one. So I just run through it, and if you have questions, you'll ask me. So question one. Um, So an infographic, please. I mean, nowadays it's become so easy to do an infographic. Notebook LM or who else does a good one? I haven't tried Claude for the thing yet. Oh, look. I mean, I don't mind because the idea is that you must. I mean, I hope you don't put the assignment question in and then hope that the AI spits it out for you. So there is a thing about kind of responsible use. And no, we haven't made you kind of submit the prompts. Maybe next year that's a thing to do. But I mean, you can kind of see when AI does the wrong thing, and I can show you an example. So there's a few mistakes. I won't tell you what they are. So you're welcome to use any of those platforms to do the actual infographic and the design and the layout because the content will be yours. I think there's a couple of marks for the actual infographic, but the content should be yours. And the tricky part with the content often is how do you condense it in an infographic so that it still covers what you need to, but it's not a lot of unnecessary text. Okay, so I think it says 2 to 300 words, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Okay. So the idea is that you just plot how the curriculum has evolved. I think I said a lot about this the last time, like why it's important that it does evolve. So I mean, in your write-up, people try to like always put their own personal thing, like a negative or positive spin. So try to keep it, I mean, not completely negative. So I mean, there's a reason why these things keep changing. So how it evolved and what are the strengths or the weaknesses of the various policies over time. Okay. I think it's quite straightforward, but if you have a question, please shout. Why was it necessary? Okay, so here you're going to get into the aims of C20 of Curriculum 2005, and again, strengths and weaknesses. So ideally, you want to compare, what made this stronger than the previous curricula. Also, please remember, what and benefits of caps too. Sorry. Remember that the actual policy was the RNCS. So over here in your infographic, CAPS is a term that we all use to kind of like as a colloquial name to refer to this, but it's actually the revised national curriculum statement, which is the policy. CAPS is like the assessment policy component of it, but there's a whole bigger policy, and CAPS is a part of that. Just kind of keep that in mind. Okay. Any questions here? Any concerns around this write-up? It's quite short, so again, the trick here is to condense it. I see you typing. Can we use Canva? Sure. Um, oh, okay, I see you doing group stuff here. Okay, cool. No one else? Yeah, Canva's completely fine. And this write-up isn't too bad. Okay. Oh yeah, I'm going through now, and there's also, I mean, there's recordings also, so I feel like this is over. I'm going through it quickly, but I'll show you on Arc now. There are also recordings for each question, which comes from what we call the lead lecturer. I think you've been in his class already, in Vishwa's class, Sir Rampal. Okay, task two. So trends in teaching practice. So it looks at constructivism and why you use it. I don't know, you all know about constructivism by now. You should have. So you'd know if you went to school and I went to school, we had a behaviorist approach. So behaviorist, you can always think of Pavlov and his dog. Whenever he rang a bell, because he trained the dog that if he rang the bell, the dog would get food. And eventually he took away the food and he just rang the bell and the dog would still start salivating because he expected the food. Um, And that was kind of the cornerstone of behaviorism, that you can train somebody. And that's what we did with our school children for so long. We just trained them like little puppies, sit in a line, negative and positive reinforcement. So that's like the origin story, you know. Um, anyway, and then constructivism is, I guess, one of the what we all practice now. And the idea is to construct and co-construct knowledge with your learners. So your learners are not empty vessels. They do come to class with some knowledge of the world, although it's just not um like what's written in the textbook, but it's for you to kind of build a bridge between what they do know and what is like in what they have to learn in their curriculum. Okay. So, I mean, I've just now touched on kind of giving you the answer to be. So I should stop talking so much. Okay, so advantages, disadvantages you can go through. I can ramble them off for you, and I don't want to, so I'm keeping quiet. Okay, then the floor plan component. I saw another example on his video, which is like a really crazy American flag in the background video. I mean, I would not put anything with the American flag flying around right about now. Um, so keep in mind, so I mean, this is not a bad example, but you have to go explain what everything is. So again, if you are going to use your friend, if you're going to call a friend for this, I mean, I've got nothing against the friends. I mean, you still have to prompt it, so that is your work, and it can't just be from the assignment. So you have to then step in and say what you want, you know? So how must the desk be laid out? So you're going to say, I want, what is it, 30 kids in the class? So you need to say how many desks you want, in what shape, laid out how. And so my advice to you is, as you put those prompts down, do a little sentence that kind of explains it. Because that will help you kind of discussing your floor plan over here. It's going to ask you to discuss your floor plan and why you made the changes you made. So like with every prompt that you put in, I'm assuming you're going to use it. I'm not being like negative now, but um, and nothing against using it for this particular activity. I think that's why it's so great. It's a great combination of your input and using the tech and the AI to kind of get the output. So you have to do your write-up as to why did you put a colorful carpet? Is this a reading mat, like in the corner here? Is this a reading mat? So that's what your write-up has to be in your explanation of your diagram. Um, yeah, I like this question. I think it's like a real fun, practical thing that you can do in your class. And the fact that there's 30 students makes it a bit of a challenge. How do you squeeze it all into one classroom? Okay. Um, Then the lesson planning one. So again, remember it has to relate back to your floor plan. So what lesson would you use with that floor plan? So I mean, if you have desks like this and you say you're going to give them a worksheet, I'm going to lose my mind. I mean, what's the point? They could do that individually. So, yes, I know they could do it in groups also. Cool, well done. But what I mean, you're not benefiting from the benefits of constructivism. Like, what can they do in those spaces together? Do they debate? Do they engage? How do they co-create knowledge? So you have to think about your topic, kind of in line with that. So what are you going to do in your lesson plan? Let's just pull up that assignment quickly. So, you clever person. Sorry, let me just get that back. Um, I'm just gonna scroll down to those prompts they gave you around the introduction. So, I mean, if you're looking for 80, 90%, which most of you always are, then you really have to dig deep with this lesson plan structure. Please go up to where I want to be. What I mean is this introduction must be related to using a constructivist classroom. So start the lesson by showing a cool video about this, whatever it is. Have the groups discuss the video and, something comes out of that. So it can't just be the teacher stands in front and explains what they're going to do for the lesson. That kills me. Teacher greets the student. Teacher explains what the lesson will be about. Teacher then starts talking. Like, I mean, what's the point? So it has to link back to this idea of using a constructivist floor plan and a constructivist approach. trying to make this very practical for you. Similar with the teaching and learning phase and similar to the conclusion. Doesn't have to be kind of at every phase, but you know, I'd say out of the 3 phases, 2 or 3 try to tie in the idea that you're doing a constructivist classroom. Okay. Do remember, I mean, when you listen to the videos, that Mr. Rampal and I might like say different things, and I think hopefully they align somewhere and you find the middle ground. I mean, I don't think we'll say completely different things, but we might have different approaches to some of this. And if you're not sure, then ask me. Okay, don't sit there and be confused. Okay, then these are just some of the guidelines to assist you kind of with setting up, so kind of questions to ask yourself in designing the lesson plan. So like I said, let me just pull up that ARC page. If you haven't seen it yet, sorry, copy now. So under the assignment 1 tab over here, everything is another recording from Mr. Rampal about lesson plans, about the layout, and about your lesson, and again about the planning it over here. Okay. And then these are the same slides that we use, and then assignment 1 prep. Okay. Cool. I didn't talk about it for too long because there are so many, like tons of resources. Now back to you. Okay. Any questions from your side? Anything at all? Okay, I see a few in the chat. Sweet. Thank you. Will the session be recorded too? It is recorded. Yes, sorry, let me go to the top. We have our groups. Leah says you in my group. Oh, Leah, you in my group. Is recorded. Where do we find group allocations? I don't know. I feel like you people have decided this before my time. So there we go. Under ARC, SPTR, SFTL. Okay, cool. There we go. Can we create floor plans like an actual architecture floor plan, i.e. from above, or does it need to look like those images? Oh, no, 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 no. Okay, you can do like if I'm understanding correctly, I think I've seen a few of those. It doesn't have to be those like specific. No, no, no. You can just do like an outline of where the tables would be, teacher's table, whiteboard. That's cool. Dylan. Okay. Does anybody want to ask? Or I can wait if you want to type. Yeah. Anyone want to ask a few more questions? Anything at all about the infographic or anything like that? No? Oh wow. Are you all just hoping to get out of here early and to like hit the road? Okay. I see you laughing, Shanice. Yeah, I mean I could go through some of the theory if you really want me to, but we'll email if I get stuck. Okay, cool. I want to stop that part there and then we'll keep going if there's other questions that are not about the assignment, but I don't want the recordings to be long or people won't listen to them. So I'm going to stop it there. Okay. Then admin, thanks, Kizia. Admin stuff. I think Kizia, is it you? Who did I miss? I know someone I didn't. There's someone I think whose email I missed at some point. Is everyone like cool now? Are we all covered? Yeah? Okay. Anyone new? You've got my. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Willard,
Yes.
I sent you an email and I think your reply was blocked because of that staff security thing.
Oh, let me
Um,
find it now. Ugh, it's the pain of my life. Yeah, I've got to like remove the sensitivity label every time.
sorry for that, man.
No, no,
Hacking is
no.
the worst part.
Yeah, no, no, I see it now. Okay, cool. I can just see
But
mine.
but there's no rush to reply now. So we can always reply after class and then I will engage at a later stage. It's not
Cool.
really urgent for now.
Okay, I'm trying to now find it. All I can find is the one that says no reply. I can't find your original one. All it says
Okay.
is, yeah. I'm looking for it,
So
man.
let
Oh,
me
there we go. Okay.
okay.
Um, okay, but I mean, no, if you don't mind me saying that this isn't like a very controversial thing. You are not behind. I had another one like this. Even if you registered late, you are cool. If you're here now, if you've done the ICE task, if you haven't, let me know. I'm happy to like extend that to do the ICE task. We don't know where it is. We can talk now when everyone leaves. But you are cool. You are not really far behind at all. It's just the assignment that's up and up the one we spoke about now that's coming in 2 weeks time, a week's time, 23rd of March. Yeah. Except there was another question like this. This is why I'm raising it. You aren't the only one who had this question. So anyone that feels behind or actually just needs to like feel like they need to catch up, I'm happy to set up some time for that. Cool. No, don't worry. Let me check the ice thing now. I'm not gonna. Let me see what date. I'm sure I left another week extra available for you to submit. I'm sure I did. Yeah, it says 4th to 23rd. Of course, it won't open now. Yeah, I'm sure I left it open until the 23rd, everyone. If you can't submit, just let me know. I know that's tight because you had the assignment due as well, but it's about the best that I could do. Another thing's just being funny and won't open. Yeah. Okay. Relief is tangible. Yeah, no, it's normal. Like the first people, this like late registration is a thing, and it's cool. It's not anyone's fault. So just let me know if you're struggling to catch up with that. And like I said before, I am like, I'm not there yet. I think now that registration is done, I mean, emails are slowing down a bit, but my email inbox blows up every day, like a couple of hundred a day. So if I don't get to it, like within a day or two, please be so kind to just resend it and say, hey, don't sweat me and say, I emailed you 2 weeks ago. Just send it again and I will. Okay, then it's on top of my inbox. Um, cool. Or you can send me a Teams message if you are able to. Yeah, kind of live on Teams at the moment. Okay, everybody. I mean, I don't want to keep you. There's a lot to discuss in the next session after your assignment is done, and I think we can really get into it. Um, but I mean, that's really all that I had planned for today. I thought you'd have more questions, and I thought we'd spend more time talking about group stuff, but you're sorted. Okay. Okay, so let me not keep you for the sake of keeping you. Are you good to go? Happiness? Yeah?
I just have one question.
Cool.
In terms of format for the assignment that's due, I think it's Monday. That's the formative assignment.
Hmm.
Is there anything specific that we need to do in terms of format?
You mean like Arial 12, 1.5 space? You mean all of that drama?
No, because it's a lesson plan and there's images and that kind of thing. It kind of leaves it a little bit open-ended in terms of how you want it specifically structured. I'm assuming that there's more in the rubric though. I'm just checking if that's a
Yeah, use
question.
the rubric, but there aren't like nothing crazy specific. I mean, I must be able to read it and access it. I mean, I don't like to be too prescriptive. With assignments, like I mean with that kind of thing, unless I'm saying like write a formal essay with an introduction, body, conclusion, etc., reference list. Yeah, a bit more strict. But this is supposed to be a bit of a fun one, we can put some images in, do like that. So as long as I can read it, if it makes sense, I'm happy. Yeah. I see who was that said that I must something urgent. Cool, I'll hang around. Okay, yeah, Shanice, if you can hang around, stay after class. We can quickly just chat about it if you'd like to. Okay, cool. Um, Anyone else? Yeah, where do I find the other videos? They're all over here at the bottom, class recordings over here. So I'll put this one up as well. So we had one, and then I'll put this one up as well. And then any other videos that are related to something. So like for the assignment, anything related to the assignment is under here. Cool, and that's how we'll keep trying to organize this space. Okay. Okay, everybody. Thank you. Shanice, don't go. And I'll see you all in 2 weeks. But if not, give me a shout or I will hit you up on the arc space. Yeah? Okay. Go well, everybody. Thank you. Shout if there's anything. Okay. Cool. Mm. Okay, no Kwakwa is still here. Oh, Kwakwa is typing now, but gone. Okay, Shanice, all ears. Oh, Key's just back. Who's Key? Shanice, are you there? If you're talking, I can't hear you for some reason. I can see you are unmuted, but you're not talking. Hmm. Shanice gonna try and leave and join again. I'll wait here. Still can't hear you. Cool. I'll wait for you. Hi, it's working now. It's here. Oh man, what's going on? Oh goodness. I mean, you can type. I can wait. Don't worry. If you're not, this is just not nice, but I can